Hello. Happy Tuesday. How's everybody doing? Give me a second here. Let me get everything shifted around here. All right. So, you may notice, hold on. I'm very dark. I don't know why. Turn on. What the? There we go. That kind of helped. You may notice that I'm not working on the other project that I've been working on for a while now, because I've got this other project that I am also trying to get done, and I need to spend some time modeling because I haven't really had time this week. So, I'll be working on this. You guys get a little sneak peek for what is coming to YouTube. Remind me later. Got to record this. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, cool. So, forgive the massive sink faucet thing. So I'm working on an isometric room model. I'm gonna do kind of like a semi-realistic one. Anyway, I've done quite a bit here so far. I've done like the cabinets and the sink and the knife block and this like utensil holder. So I've got to get some stuff out of the way. I want to open up my Pure Ref here because I'm gonna need it. Hi, I am lurking. Hello, Stigma. Thank you for the lurk. I hope you're doing well. Go away. Let's see. Why is that? There we go. Little error wasn't going away. Okay. Okay, so going for like a cozy cabin vibe. This project has kind of made something terribly clear. I thought these were all wonderful little like actual things, like somebody made these. They didn't, so it's all AI trash, unfortunately, but I'm just using them as reference just to give myself a little bit of an idea. I think that somebody made this one. This is like a low poly one, but yeah, most of these are like, what the fuck, what is that? I don't know what any of this is. Yeah, I don't know, man, it's weird, but some of these might have been made by people. I think this one might have been too. But like this one, there's like all sorts of weird stuff going on here that makes no sense. So that's disappointing because like trying to search for that is really abysmal. My temp is 103.5 with COVID, but we are here. Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Stigma. COVID sucks. I still haven't had it, surprisingly, but I'm sorry that you have it. Okay, so I'm trying to look at, I think I'm going to do, we're going to finish this faucet first. And then I'm going to do the fridge. The refrigerator. Okay. So, yeah, let's just, we'll just keep working at it. If you guys have questions, anything like that, please feel free to ask. I do not mind. And yeah, we're just going to chill tonight. I'm not doing anything crazy, not doing any like super duper complicated projects. That'll return on tomorrow. So, yeah. Just a fun little project. I've never done one of these, and it seemed like it was going to be kind of a fun project to do, so. Let's see. How long have you been sick, Stiggy? Please be safe, Stiggy. You be safe, Chris. You be safe. Okay. Alright, so obviously this is gonna have like a little peg hole at the top for like a screw. Am I gonna model the screw? Probably not, but... No, oh, no, I will not. Why? Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna do this. Ah! Thank you for the biddies. Well, at least that one works. None of my other shit works. It only played once, though. Thank you, Chris, for the biddies. I have so much stuff I need to fix. It's kind of ridiculous at this point. Okay, so this is going to be our little handle. The little turny knobby thingy. Whatever you want to call that. It's a handle, right? I think. We're just going to go with turny knobby thingy. Because why not? What are you up to on this evening, Christopher? Delete. Oops, oops, oops. Don't do that. Okay. All right. Beautiful. So we have our little quadrant. And then we're going to take these guys. Actually, hold on. No. Wait. Does that work? Holy crap, does that actually work? No, it doesn't. That's kind of lame. Thickness. Oh. Nope. Divisions? No, we don't want that. Although that might kind of... Honestly... Let's do this. I'm going to change the orientation here to object or component. Yeah. Ooh, actually, hold on. I'm making mistakes and I'm not even thinking about it. Now, laughing at karma before just relaxing. Got an update on the life stuff. That's good, which took the burden off of me. Got an update on the life stuff. Like your life stuff? Is that's good then. I'm glad that that took the burden off of you. How are you? I'm doing good. Yes, sir. Good. I'm glad that that helped you out a bit. You deserve some rest and relaxation. I'm all, wait a minute, which life stuff? Everyone has life stuff going on right now. Scale that in. Okay, pull that out just a tad bit. And then whoop. Okay. It's actually, whoa, wait a minute. That's weird. Reset tool, go back to component. Why is that all jacked up now? Don't think I'm gonna be able to just... No, that's fine. I can just redo it. I always hate doing shapes like this because, like, you gotta be real careful, otherwise you'll just jack everything up. I was gonna say that one, I think. Okay, so I think that's good. Almost. That's where I need Tamuzu's tools. Alright, that should be pretty good, hopefully. And then what I'm gonna do is just give myself enough room and then just just merge to center. All right. Cool. What's up, God Paris? How are you doing? Good to see you. Come back in 10 minutes. After that, we talk. Okay, that sounds good. I will see you in 10 minutes. Okay. The beautiful thing is, like, I don't need this to be, like, flawlessly perfect. I still want it to be, like, decent, but... Nope. Okay. Okay. It says 4 of those. Let's just kind of squish this in. Oh yeah, that didn't work really well at all. Okay, so that's good. Cool. What? There we go. Kind of. What the hell happened there? It's just kind of ignoring everything. Let's see, 0.025. There we go. Okay. We'll mirror that. And the positive. Oh. Okay, mesh, mirror, bounding box, Z. Okay, that looks pretty good. Nothing inside is doing anything funky. Cool. So if I smooth that, decent kind of look to it. Let's see. Yeah. I think W, Control Shift. No. Control Shift. That's okay. These are, I have to remember, like, these details are so small, like, no one's gonna notice them. Because this isn't, like, an environment that I'm gonna be zooming into and, like, showing off all the crazy detail, because, like, there's just no reason. Alright. Try to maintain that a little bit. No, okay. Should be good. Yeah. All right, sweet. The last bit of this is just some downpipes. So we'll go ahead and do that now. Snap that right there. I'm gonna just do this. Okay. The whole point of this is to build a lot of assets as quickly as possible, just to not, like, waste a bunch of time for no reason. Oh. Okay. That's weird. Okay. Let's see. I may have come to the realization that Maya ain't that great for modeling. I'm trying to model a car and it's not going great. Maybe I need some plugins. Probably not plugins. What are the issues you're having? Because I know you can model cars in Maya. I know plenty of people who have done it. How's that? Cool. Let's see. Yeah, that works. Okay, Control G. This is the faucet. Cool. Cannot make those curves reliably and end up picking up vertices one by one, then rotate camera to confirm if it's good enough. You in the Discord, Flashy? Maybe you can send a screenshot or something so I can see what you're doing or what you're having trouble with, because I mean, really with cars, like the big thing is to work as like simple as possible until you're absolutely ready to start adding like in-depth details. It's kind of the same like workflow I did for the ship. Just because you're working with so much curvature and so much like organic shape. That feels right, right? Yeah. Except I don't like how that's intersecting, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fake it. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna just pull that out, pull it down, kind of rotate it a little bit so it just meshes up with that. Okay. That's better. Cool. Not cool. Okay, cool. Let's see. I considered using plasticity or parametric modeling CAD software for this. So keep in mind, like, well, yes, that is the technically easier path. It is a very important skill to learn how to work with those panels and how to actually create the topology, because in some cases you're not going to have access to those other tools. I would suggest you try to spend some time like really forcing like learning it. If you have trouble, On Mars 3D has some really great paneling tutorials, as well as he has like a whole, I'm pretty sure he's got like a whole tutorial where he actually built a car. Check those out, because I promise you it's super possible. You're probably just approaching it the wrong way, because it's the same exact thing that I did. I had issues with it too. I was getting bumps and lumps and like horrible like topology and geometry. there's kind of a different sort of workflow that you have to follow with that. And cars are tricky because, like, again, the shapes are so organic that it can be difficult. Which country do you live? I am Korean. I am from the U.S., so I live in New Mexico. New Mexico, not Mexico, but New Mexico. But yeah, I'm from the U.S. And hi. Okay, so that's that. Let's do a little... Let's see, I don't know. Are we even gonna... Do I even... Yeah, alright, I'm gonna model it. New Mexico. Yes, New Mexico. It's right above Mexico, but it's in the United States. A lot of people don't know we're an actual state, which is kind of funny to me. But if you've ever watched Breaking Bad, you should know New Mexico. Let's see. Almost gonna say Albuquerque. Albuquerque. So it's Albuquerque. It's definitely kind of a hard one to pronounce, but yeah, Albuquerque. That is where I am. Been here my whole life. No, I don't like that. Are you cooking? No. I'd probably make more money if I did that, though. We're cooking in 3D, all right? That's what we're doing here. That's weird. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, did I just screw up? Hold on a second. No. Now we good. We good. Let's see. I don't think I've had anyone in here from Korea before. That's cool. I get a lot of people from sometimes the UK. UK is pretty tough because of my stream schedule time. But UK, India, couple people from France. I'm trying to think of where else I've had people from. Netherlands, a couple Netherlands. Which industry do you work? So I'm kind of a freelancer. I do freelance stuff for now currently. Like my day job is IT, so I work with computers for my day job, but I do freelance work in 3D until either the industry stabilizes or I can find a studio that actually has a job open for a hard surface modeler, which is very difficult to find. But I've done all sorts of stuff. I primarily stick to like film VFX because that's where my kind of bread and butter is, and that's where my education is in. So that is generally what I stick to. could bevel this, but I'm just lazy. I've got the tool open, so why not? Let's see. You don't use any modeling plugins. I've asked Blender users if they get free plugins already bundled in with Blender. No, I don't. I've been modeling in Maya for almost 15 years now, so I'm pretty used to its like workflow and everything. I don't really. It turned out way better than I thought it was going to. I don't really use plugins. Like I don't have a need to. But like I do have a couple. Like don't get me wrong, I have a couple scripts that I use. But they're just like quality of life scripts. They're not really like workflow changing scripts like a lot of people use. Why are you not? There we go. Okay. But I don't know, I just prefer it that way. There's a couple of like different tools that I recommend. Because, you know, Maya isn't necessarily like a, you know, everything's a plugin software like Blender is. Which, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know, I just prefer the simplicity of it. I also feel like being somebody who works in Maya all the time, I have learned, like, the kind of the ins and outs of things like getting the right topology and working with, you know, proper edge flow and stuff like that. So, I don't know, it's different for everyone. Quad patch plugin is, yes, I use quad patch. Do I have that one installed? I don't have that one installed. And then my other favorite one is this one, which I can show you here. Just delete this. So this one I really like. It's made by, I forget who makes this one, but it's the quad fill hole. It's another one that Blender has had for a long time. You can do all sorts of stuff with it. But it's just a really nice tool for like really quickly quadding out holes or filling any patches and stuff like that. Kind of similar to the quad patch tool. I just like that one. But yeah, I don't really use a whole bunch of them. And also keep in mind, that's not me saying that you can't. That's just saying like I don't use a bunch. You can do whatever you want to do. Okay, that's cool. That's done. All right, so the sink is done. Let's look at my drawing here. What else did I have on here that I haven't done? Well, I haven't done the fridge yet, so let's start working on the fridge. I think that's a good thing to work on. So we're gonna delete that guy. And we're going to build our fridge. This is a lot more work than I thought it was going to be. I was expecting this to be way simpler to do. But it ended up actually being kind of intensive. I didn't think it was going to be this like much crap to build. Okay. Definitely want that to kind of come forward. I just want that to block that, really. Yeah, I need that to stick out more because those doors wouldn't open otherwise. All right. Okay. Those cabinets, I'm realizing, are actually really high. Lower those and then lower this window. That way we have some proper scale going on, because like stuff wasn't working there. What's up, Connor? How you doing? I'm a university student that is learning animation and game pipeline. My professor teaches AI modeling or about using AI compositing, etc. How do you think about it? I do not use AI. I don't like AI. I'm very aware of it and like what it can do. But that's a tough one, right? Because like obviously they're trying to prepare you for the world, which the world is AI now. However, I would put it this way: I would not rely so heavily on those tools. I would still continue to learn all of your basics and all of the things like advanced topology, stuff like that. Like don't let the tools do all the work for you. One of the big things that I always preach to people is do it the hard way first before you do it the easy way. That way you learn and you understand what you're doing. Then you can slack off a bit and do the easy way. I think that's one of the most important ways to learn and grow as an artist. And for me, it's at least in my, like the way I educate people, it's kind of detrimental. So I would just be careful. Like it's okay to learn them and everything. And how people feel about it is how people feel about it. But just make sure that you're not relying solely on those tools. Let's see. I'm doing well, except for being a bit stressed out and overwhelmed about how much editing homework I have for my film class for the next week and a half. How much do you have to edit? Well, I believe it's a great practice to be best at it without extra tools. I want to value my time so I can build a workflow which I can share with my employees if I start my own studio. That's fair. Again, just understand that you should have a full understanding of all that stuff before you start taking shortcuts. You're going to do it the way that you're going to want to do it, and that's totally up to you. But most of the people that I know and most of the people that I have always worked with, they all started the hard way. It's good that you value your time. There's nothing wrong with that. But you should value your education as much as you value your time. So if you're not giving as much into your education as you are your time, you want to try to shift that a little bit. I spend a lot of my time leveling up my knowledge and my tool sets and things like that, just because that's how I grow. So just make sure that's a conscious decision on your part and something that you're working on all the time. What's up, Zach? How you doing, man? I am back, sir. What's up, God Paris? How are you? Welcome back. And Groove Genius. Hi, how are you? Sorry, I just had a bunch of people message at once. Good to see everybody. How's everybody's evenings going? If you've been at prior streams, you know that I am not working on that tank right now. It's because I'm working on a project for YouTube, so I wanted to do something a little relaxing tonight. So that's what I'm doing. You were doing great. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Let's see here. Just trying to get the general shape. I love how big the doors are on these things. They're very chunky refrigerators. Mm-hmm. Duplicate. Just pull that out for a minute. All right. Pull that up, close. Let's see. I have 30 to 60 second scene to edit, a 1 to 2 minute short film, and a second personal 1 to 2 minute short film. Edit the next 10 days. Probably 6 to 10 hours worth of editing. Yeah, probably. That's rough. But Godspeed, man. I hate editing, so I don't envy you at all. Someday you're going to be so famous that you've got to set up a chatbot that replies hi, hello on your behalf. I don't ever want to get to that point. Don't get me wrong, being famous on the internet would be cool, but I don't want to ever get to the point where I can't actually converse with you guys and talk with you guys, because that's the goal for me with streaming is to actually be able to converse with my community and talk with people. I've been told or asked many times by like Meta to set up AI chatbots that respond for me and do things and answer questions for me, and I refuse to do it because I want to be the person that you're talking to every single time. I'm sure someday it will get to a point where I can't respond to everyone, like that one reel I had that hit like 2 million views. Like I gave up responding to people because I couldn't anymore. But you know, I don't know. I enjoy the smallness of things right now. That part's nice. I'm good, brother. Just getting to my desk for sculpting. Nice. How's it going on the sculpt? It's looking great. Plus, I have to film a personal short film in that time too. Hey, Connor, it's going to get you ready for content creation. It's the rush of editing everything and all of your stuff all of the time. That's what they're preparing you for. But yeah, that's stressful, man. That sucks. Let's see. Please can you do texturing on YouTube Live? I want to learn texturing. Please tell me how I can improve. I got rejected because my texturing is terrible. Yeah, I mean, I will end up doing texturing live at some point on one of these projects. This one, so here's let me break this down real quick. This project right now, right? I'm building a whole YouTube series off of this. The only reason I'm modeling right now is because I have so many assets to model that doing it in my spare time and not on stream is kind of like killing me slowly. So that's why I'm working on this now. There will be portions of texturing on this, but it's all going to be a YouTube video. So there will be a whole series of videos that go up on my YouTube channel. On top of that, members and Patreon members will get full access to the kind of unedited like modeling videos and texturing videos, just because they're going to be like 4 hours long. So yeah, those will be available there. So there's going to be a lot of content coming out of this one piece in the next, hopefully, week to 2 weeks. Doesn't reading chat slow your work down? Absolutely, but that's what streaming is. Like, I think too many people get into streaming expecting that people are just going to watch them and just want to like not be able to engage with them. But I personally don't believe in that type of streaming. I think it's kind of just a crappy experience. So I would much rather like have conversations with people and talk with people. I'm okay with the fact that it slows my work down because it means that I get to talk with you guys. Community is kind of an important thing to me. I know it's a little bit different usually in the art space, just like you have a lot of people who don't necessarily care that much about it. I am not that kind of person. I actually care quite a bit about it. But that's just that's my thing, right? Like I don't care to be the person that doesn't respond to people. I don't like that. It's actually incredibly frustrating when you jump into somebody's stream and you ask them like a question or something and they just ignore you. I think it's pretty rare that I miss a message or something like that, but like I try really hard not to. Can you talk with me on Discord in the future? I want to ask many things. Yeah, of course. I definitely want to get back into doing the Hangouts too. Those will be coming back again. Don't worry about that. But yeah, of course. And anytime you guys see me, like I know it's kind of rare, but anytime you see me like hanging out in the Discord, like feel free to jump in the call. If I'm in there and I'm in one of the open calls, jump on in. I'm not going to shoo you away or anything. Keeps you from getting bored. Whenever I sit and model, I feel very empty because I'm all by myself. I mean, that's fair. I think that's something that you develop over time. You just kind of get used to like getting into a zone. That didn't work. Why didn't you work? Hold on a second. There we go. But yeah, it can be, I guess I can see what you're talking about. It can be kind of like It can get a little lonely. Actually, oh, let's not do that. Okay, hold on a second. I should have done this earlier, but I'm going to do it now. But yeah, no, there's a lot of, like, I've watched a couple of art streamers who actually get really frustrated when people message, and I'm like, why are you streaming if you don't want people to message you? Like, just work on your own. Like, there's a part to live streaming where you actually have to talk to people, and I think it's kind of important. Let's see. Sir, why don't you follow gaming pipelines? Because I just don't like having polygon budgets, and I don't like being limited to what I can do. I much prefer VFX workflows. I think it's kind of rare to find, too. I know 90% of the people I follow are, like, game people, which there's nothing wrong with that, but, like, I don't know. I like being in a space that's a little bit different than others. So I don't mind it. It's kind of one of my favorite things about what I do. Why the hell? What happened? Oh. I don't know how that happened. Don't get me wrong, I can do like a game like workflow if I needed to. I just don't like to. Because the reality is like the only like major differences are like everything's just much more like refined and much more optimized. Whereas film, you get away with a lot of stuff because you can just have unlimited polygons and unlimited texture sets, and you don't have to care. So I don't know. I like that part. Right, how does that look? Good minus that. Okay. Let's... Alright, we're going to clean this up a little bit. Because I actually don't like that. By the way, your Discord link is broken on Twitch. Is it? Are you talking about the main one? Is it the main one? Hold on a second. Oh, it's been a minute since I've looked at that. Let me see. Discord. All my links. How are you accessing it? Because I don't... So if you click on the bottom panel on my About section... And if you go to the Discord, which is where? Right there. Is it broken? No, it's still working. Try the link in here. What's up, Rubik's? How are you? Let's see. Hold on. Discord. Try that one. That should be the same one. Let's see. Okay. And you haven't mentioned any on YouTube. I haven't mentioned any what on YouTube? Any links? So if you're in my chat, you can always do !socials. That'll take you to whatever social content hosting page you're trying to get to, because I'm on like everything. Godpair, sir, which industry do you do job? Gaming or media? I do education and freelancing. So that's kind of that's my domain. Finally, some good fucking content. Well, it's good to have you, man. Okay, so I'm just gonna really lazily do this, and you guys can crucify me if you want to, but I don't really care. This is just gonna be garbage, and it's totally fine. Because remember, if it's hidden, nobody sees it. Okay. And then I just need to kind of like sharpen that a little bit. Okay. I want somebody else to jump in and tell me my topology is terrible on this one, because I'll totally agree with them. I just personally do not care on this one. Yeah, bro, I watch you on YouTube. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Good to have you on one of the live streams. Cool, there we go. Alright, so that should be the little divot for the refrigerator thingy to do, Hickey. Let's see. Your All My Links link also doesn't work. Are you sure? Hold on a second. I was just using it. It might be your Twitch, because it... Okay, so that one's... Okay, what the hell? Why is that broken? Okay, so the way that's set up on my Twitch, if you scroll all the way down, there's panels that have the social media icons on them. You can click any one of those panels and it'll take you there, but I'll fix that. Let me fix that real quick. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that. Oh, God, how do I fix that? I don't know if I can adjust that while I'm live, actually. Hold on a second. Settings? Ah, I can. Look at that. All right. So copy this. Copy that. Perks. So there's my profile. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just fixing this real quick. I don't care about that. There we go. Edit this. It's actually really funny because that is the correct link. It's just taking you to the wrong place. Join my Discord. Let's save that. We'll do that. I'm really bad about advertising in the Discord, but it is there. So let's see. Let's see. That's why you don't follow a gaming pipeline. I mean, yeah, I do VFX stuff, so like that's why I don't follow a gaming pipeline. Sir, can you give me a tip? I'm going to start texturing from today on a new project. So I know we've gone through your portfolio a bit in the past. So remember, just start with basic layers and start building on top of each layer. Spend some time just like thinking about how those materials build up over time, and just be really kind of purposeful with what you're doing. So like try to avoid doing a ton of like pre-generated like edgeware and stuff like that, and just be, play with it, be artistic with it, paint a bit, do some things that are a little bit more outside your comfort zone, and you'll be good. Let's see. I'll tell you what you want to read. Lying is my hobby. Okay. Not sure what you mean by that, but all right. Hey man, your topology is terrible. Just thought you might want to know. Of course I'm kidding. Hey now, I'm gonna ban you. I'm just kidding. All right, so I'm gonna take this horrible piece of junk here. And we're gonna duplicate this down. Just yoink. Guys, I love how they're quiet all day long, and then like when I'm live streaming, they're all, hey, let's make as much fucking noise as possible. That sounds like an awesome time. No? Is there a bit of unevenness there? Yeah, there is. Damn. Okay. Let's see. Don't they respond to noise, though? Isn't it their thing? They respond to certain noises. they're not really like, they won't like freak out when I start talking or something. But yeah, if they hear like another cockatiel or something like that, they'll start like spazzing out and stuff. How do I want to fix that? I'll worry about that in a little bit. Actually, you know what I'll do? Hold on a second. I'm thinking about this all wrong. I can make this even better for myself. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Sweet. Cool. Okay. So we'll just scale it up a bit. Show isolate view selected. Okay. My dogs do similar. Yeah. Yeah, they're... It depends. Like, if I whistle or something, they'll start, like... Or, like, my male will start singing. Or trying to sing. He's fucking horrible at it. But, yeah. And then sometimes there's days where they just don't shut the hell up, and I have to use my noise-canceling headphones. So... But yeah, my dogs are very similar. Like, they will just bark at everything for no reason, and it's quite annoying. Okay. Do you do much sculpting off stream, or primarily just hard surface? I do a little bit. I've only done like 2 or 3 sculpting projects myself, just because it's not like my main focus. But we were talking about it yesterday, I think, actually, and I'm feeling like I want to do another project soon, so I will be eventually doing another project soon, just not currently working on one. Alright, so these need to be supported, and that's going to be awesome. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, sculpting is not like my main focus. I do enjoy it. Like, don't get me wrong. I do enjoy doing it. Just haven't done it in a while. Oh, the loops that I'm having here. That's fine. This is what happens when you try to rush things. But thankfully, this isn't going in my portfolio, so. Eat your heart out. Can you show me texturing on a small metal part? I can send my file. Yeah, I mean, if you want to send your file, I can certainly show it. I don't know if I can do it on this stream, but maybe tomorrow, if you're going to be around. That's why that wasn't working. Seriously, character art is more popular from what I see. It's very popular. It is like the top thing, and so super cool. But I'm glad that I don't have to fight for space in that already like hyper kind of like just saturated area. Because like I get it, like my good friend is a character artist. Like I've got a lot of friends who are character artists, and like I follow a lot of people who are character artists. So it's like it's pretty hard to find like regular just people who model, which is cool because you know that's my niche. So I get to keep and maintain my own niche, which is a hard thing to do on social media if you haven't tried. Actually, wait a minute. No. Ooh, that's gonna be okay. First off, fix that. Nope, haven't tried. Haven't tried what? Please on today's live. Not today. I'm trying to get working on this, but I can tomorrow. If you want to go ahead and send me that file. Character pays less, I heard. I have no idea. I know my most of my friends who do character art do pretty well, so I don't really know. More demand desaturates pay, I reckon. Yeah, I could see that. Okay. Selected. Characters get paid really well. There you go. I was gonna say Zach can probably answer to that. Zach is also a character artist. On a very small part. Yes, I will do it tomorrow, God Paris. I'm not gonna do it on stream today because I'm trying to get this project like off and running. But I promise you we can do it tomorrow. Because it's actually a lot of like work to get my desk situated so I can like actually texture on stream. So I don't want to just like spend the entire stream getting my desk set up. That's why I'm not doing it right now. Let's see. By the way, I've got my info from Inspiration Toots so you can judge me. What do you mean? I can send that file. Okay, yeah, just either DM me on Discord or send it on Instagram. That works too. You do folio reviews on the Discord, but I say 0. Yes, we do portfolio reviews every once in a while. I'm kind of trying to figure out how I can like mix it up a little bit so it's not as like similar to what everyone else does. But yes, I do them. Hide this in here. Let's see. Is there any live stream where you did texturing? There's probably a bunch of them, if I'm being totally honest. Here, I'll even show you. Let's see. Hold on. I'm waiting for the day that when I type in cryptic on YouTube, it just shows me my name instead of a bunch of other stuff. Let's see. Okay, so we are looking for a live stream where I did texturing. Let's see. That was a portfolio view. Let's see. Texturing. Modeling. Did I not texture that thing on stream at all? Oh, I did. There you go. So I did texturing there. That was all UV stuff. Let's see. I don't think I textured the tank live. Yeah, I don't think the tank got textured on stream live. Maybe it did. That was a while ago. There's some organic texturing I did. There's that stream. There's a couple. You just gotta go look for them. But there's quite a few where I did like actual texturing. Let's see. Abliel does his monthly reviews where he just smashes them out in one stream. Wait, does that? No, you're good. That's not promo. I don't really talk with Abe that much, but we follow each other and communicate here and there. No, I like Abe. Abe has a lot of good stuff and a lot of good content. I learned a lot from him about 2 years ago when I was doing some stuff that he was like doing tutorials on. Super good guy. And yeah, so I try to do mine monthly. It just depends on how my schedule works because like I don't do this stuff full time, so like it's a little bit harder for me to like dedicate to them. That, and they can be fairly exhausting. So, but yeah, we do them here. It's just been a bit. Okay. It's looking pretty okay. I don't know really what happened there, though. Let's just sink that in a little bit more. We'll model some nice trim and stuff. Oh, you know what? Damn it. All right. Let's see. It's not exactly what I wanted to end up doing, but that's fine. Yeah, God, Paris. I'll be live tomorrow, too. I just had to move Wednesday this week because I had to pick up my wife from the airport. Let's see. What's your policy on promoting? Not as in, like, you can barge in and say, please follow me at my website, TV, who cares? But do you talk about different creators within the space freely or keep things internal? No, I absolutely do. Like, I'm not competing against anyone, so I don't care about it. Like, I'll advertise for other people. My only thing is like, I won't talk about people if I don't like who they are as a person. So there's a couple of creators that I won't talk about just because of that. But no, like, I'm totally open to talking about everyone. And I usually send my people to other people's channels if I don't have information on how to do what they need to do. So, like, you know, I'm not a character artist. So if somebody comes in asking me for like character art tips and stuff like that, I don't really know because that's not where my skill set is. So I'll send them to my buddy Jared, or I'll send them to Abe, or I'll send them to Animark, or even Zach in the Discord, because Zach's been helping people out with sculpts in the Discord. So like, there's plenty of people that I will send other people to if I don't have the answers, because I don't believe in like gatekeeping. I try really hard not to gatekeep anything. But that's how I prefer. Let's see. My English is shocking. I'm fluent, I swear, but I got a million miles in it. That's fair. I'm terrible at English too, and I spoke it my whole life. Don't pique my interest on the gossip, mate. I'll keep myself in line, though. Yeah, you're good. It's not much. There's really only, like, I think 2 creators that I'm like, no, I don't send people to them because I'm like, they're not good people at heart. But most everyone else I will. Especially Abe. Like, Abe is honestly an amazing teacher and just creator in general. Like, he's been doing this for so long at this point that, like, he's just really good at what he does. I'm gonna have to redo all of that again. I love that for myself. Promise this is not how I normally do this. Okay. I don't like, yeah, not vibing with it. I'm gonna do this differently. Not vibing with it. Start with a different piece of geo. Let's see. I'm Australian, so if it ain't fast-paced, it's not good enough, I suppose. That's fair. Right, I get you. Yeah, Abe does good stuff. I also really like... On Mars is awesome, yeah. He is who I found a long time ago, and I learned most of, like, my hard surface stuff from. I learned a lot from him, and then I learned a lot from... I always draw a blank on his name. Andrew Hodgson, or Hodgson, however you say his last name. I've never heard him say his last name, so I have no idea how to pronounce it properly. He taught me a lot of the like VFX stuff, like the CG, like film, like modeling techniques. I learned a lot from him. Let's see. You were also a nice person, to be honest. Well, I appreciate that. I try really hard to make sure that I'm a nice person. I never want people to feel like I'm turning them away or like they're being turned away. That's just not. That ain't how I like to do it. Unless you're mean to me, or if you're asking me to do things for you. That gets a little old, and I have plenty of people do that a lot, and that does get kind of old. Let's see. I used to watch JL, but he seems to do more Blender, and I love Blender, but he seems to sort of follow the beginning trend, not calling him out and doing the wrong thing, but his Maya stuff is starting to age more. Yeah, it's tough, man. Like, because I agree. I watched him a lot, and he started moving more into the Blender space, and that's when I started kind of just falling off of it. His tips are still fantastic. It's just that I don't use that software, so it's like, to me, like, why would I waste my time watching that? And you know, the unfortunate reality is like, as creators in the space, right, as content creators, we kind of have to chase that, like, what's going to continue getting us viewership, which is why I'm doing a content shift right now. So like, I'm still doing tutorials, like, don't get me wrong, but there's going to be other stuff on my channel now that's going to be more dedicated towards things that I want to create myself. And this project is one of them, on top of the other project I'm working on, which is going to be a much larger, much more massive project. Yeah, and he has good stuff. As much as it seems to be a thesis per video, it's easier to follow along with him. Yeah, that's fair. Let's see. Can you show me how to display setting for my project? My project is a steam gun? Display, what do you mean by display settings? Like, what are you looking for? I think Andrew's last name is Hodgson. Okay, maybe it's Hodgson. Maybe I'll just say that from now on. I don't think he pronounces the E. Okay. I've never been able to ask him. He jumped into my stream a long time ago, and that was the first time I had ever talked with him. And it was actually really funny because, like, he jumped in and was like, oh yeah, I could teach you a thing or two. And I'm like, oh, okay, who's this guy? And then he sent his portfolio to me. I was like, oh shit, okay. And I learned a bunch from him, so it was really cool. He's a super good guy. What are the creators you recommend? So I recommend On Mars, Abe. JL still has good stuff, so JL Musey. Andrew's fantastic. Jared Chavez if you're going for like character stuff. I also recommend, I've got a huge list of people. He doesn't have a lot of tutorials, but Animark 3D has some good stuff. I did an interview with him, almost a year ago. He's got some good stuff. Who else creates content that I follow? That's pretty prevalent. I'm trying to think. Why am I drawing a blank on his name? I just started talking with this guy, actually, because he was kind of doing some of the same stuff that I've been doing, which is cool. Levystone 3D. He is kind of doing a bunch of like Substance and Maya tutorials and stuff now. And he's got a really good Instagram, so definitely follow him. He's got some good stuff. In Substance Painter, yeah, I can fire it up and show you. Give me a second. Flashy not here. Yeah, some of those are broken, Flashy. I gotta fix them. I just haven't fixed them. I gotta fix them. Speaking of 3D content creators, I'm really liking Max Hayes videos, personally. That name sounds familiar. I feel like I've seen this guy. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I have seen this guy. I don't know. His work looks kind of familiar, but I'm not really sure. I'll have to watch some of his stuff. He's got some cool environments. He's doing the same kind of thing. What's his name? I can't think of the other guy's name. They do these really simplistic environments. Like the geometry itself is very simple, but you kind of fake a lot of the detail through like rendering and lighting, which totally works. But that's cool. Yeah, I'll have to check him out. Lovely Stone 3D, can you type that to me? Yeah, hold on a second. So let me make sure I don't spell it wrong. I know he's also starting to look at focusing on YouTube too. Levi Stone. So it is... There you go. He's on Instagram and YouTube. I don't think he's on Twitch. Let's see. Because I'm getting nowhere on Google search. Yeah, he's fairly new to the space. He's just started kind of growing. Yeah, sorry. Like I said, my English is also crap sometimes. So God Paris. Okay, let me just open something recent. Sure, this'll work. There's barely anyone on Twitch. Yeah, I know. It's rough. I've tried to find more. Oh, I moved that file. Damn it. What was this? Also doesn't exist. Damn it. This didn't move. Yeah, there we go. That didn't move. So this one doesn't have like my normal render setup. God, I never use Substance without a pen. So, are you? Let's see. Are you still there, God Paris? Let me know if you're still there, and I'll show you. Let's see. No, accent barriers. Well, I mean, that's fair too. Yeah, my accent's a little bit different, especially because I'm from Albuquerque, so we all have a weird accent out here. Let's see. Animark 3D. Yes. That was another guy you mentioned. Yeah, so it's ANIMARCH 3D. Yes. Okay, God Paris. So what I recommend you do, again, this is going to be really dependent on your system that you're working in. So in Substance Painter, change your specular quality up to at least medium or high. That's going to just kind of help things look a little bit more realistic. The next thing that I do, and this is, again, one of those things that if you can do it, you can do it. If you can't, it's okay. I turn my AO down, and then I enable... Where is it? It's not in this one. It's in this one. I go up here, and I turn on shadows. So I have, like, actual environment shadows, and I just turn the opacity down on them a little bit. And then on top of that, I just kind of bump up the environment opacity, because for me, that helps me see things a little bit better. But that is basically kind of the settings that I use. I don't really change a whole lot more. Like, there's other stuff you can do. Like, if you want to do like post effects, that's another thing that I'll do from time to time. Is I'll do a color profile, and then I'll do the the sRGB. But that's really dependent. So like if you're working in a different like color profile, you can do that. If you want to load custom ones, you can also do that. Rec 709 is another popular one, but it just depends on like what you're actually working with. I don't understand the shader presets like ARM Metallic. Yeah, those are a pain in the butt. I ended up actually just kind of like settling on one, and then I usually customize it, just because like they change so much that I just kind of gave up. One day I'll get my ass into gear with streaming. You should, man. Let me know. We'll do a co-stream. We'll get you started. But yeah, hopefully that helps, God Paris. I'll go ahead and close out of that. What are those? Can you explain? What do you mean? Like, what are the things that I change? Hey. No. No screaming. Unnecessary. The shader presets. So you're asking like the actual like Substance shader presets? Each one's configured very differently. So usually they're kind of built for what the kind of purpose of the project is. So like for instance, the metallic roughness with alpha, what is it? I think it's like with alpha something. one of those that's built to allow you to do metallic roughness maps. On top of that, having alpha blending, that's what it was. The alpha blending, which allows you to do like transparent assets. So if you're doing things like a cockpit with glass, you'll have your metallic materials and then your glass cockpit. It really depends. Like each one of those presets is kind of set up to get you started. There's stuff for like skin and things like that. You just kind of have to learn the verbiage of like which one you're going for. I personally don't really travel outside of the normal like metallic roughness one, just because it works. And if I need to add anything, so like if I need to add subsurface scattering, I'll just go in there and add it. Why are you screaming? No reason. But it takes, like, don't feel bad that you're confused by those, because it takes a little bit to get used to those. But personally, I don't change them very much. I just add things when I need to add things. Because, like, when I did the Cittapati, I did the metallic roughness, and then I just added subsurface scattering. In one ear, out the other. Yeah, it's kind of a lot of information. It's probably something I should do a video on if I'm being totally honest. But like this one right here, right? So this... Is this the right computer? Yeah, that's the right computer. This guy. Let's look at here. So this thing... This was still just metallic roughness, and then I just added subsurface scattering to it to allow the light to bleed through on like the beak and the skin under the neck, which you can see it better in other renders. You can kind of see a little bit of it up here and kind of the eye folds or like the weird bumps that it has on its head. Yeah, so you just kind of need to learn what channels you need, and then you can add them yourself. So like really you don't have to. Anyone know any good lava sculpting vids? Didn't Abe do something with lava recently? I don't know. I've never tried that. I mean, lava's pretty... I don't know. Let's see. Lava. Lava. Let's look at lava. What does lava look like? Oh, look at that. It's all AI bullshit. Guess it depends on what kind of lava you want. A lot of it's basically just like skin folds. I would probably just approach lava the same way you approach wrinkly skin. And then just add your emissive material to it. But that also depends on like what kind of lava you're going for. Because like there's this one which is like heavily like twisted and twirled. But yeah, that's definitely... I'd have to play with that to figure out how to do that. I can hear Andrew Price coming over the mountain. Oh boy. Is he big on like simulation stuff? I honestly don't watch his content all that much, if I'm being totally honest. I did his donut tutorial. Actually, I should say I got to the part where you add the sprinkles in the donut tutorial, and then Blender crashed, and I rage quit. He's in hot water? Why is he in hot water? Is it because of the AI stuff? I could see that. Yeah. Yeah, that's tough. I've been watching him do that. You met him at the Blender conference last week? That's cool. He got so slimmed I watched him in 2021. Did he? Interesting. I'm sure he's a good guy. I'm one of those people that I'm really kind of like opinionated when you see like artists start going the AI route. I'm not a huge fan of it, but if it's working for him, it's working for him. Detach. But it sounds like it's not working for him, so I don't know. He's a businessman. Yeah, no, I mean, true. His beacon his BlenderCon talk came out though, so if you can be bothered, yeah, I'll probably watch it. I usually like watching him. Who are we talking about? Blender Guru, Andrew Price. Sole reason 3D artists even know Australia's on the map. Yeah, the AI thing is tough, man. Like, whatever. But like Flashy said, he is a businessman. Like, he's been doing YouTube now for a while, and he's got to sell his thing, and I get that. I got really bugged when he started posting videos saying like this is the future for like AI rendering and stuff, and I'm like, it looks like crap, so I really hope that's not the future. But also understand that he's got to do his own thing. It is what it is. Some people will go that route and other people won't. I am not one of those people. I turned down... At this point, I've turned down 15 separate sponsorships from AI companies. And I will continue to do so because I don't care for it. It's actually kind of disturbing, honestly, how many of those come through at this point, because like there's just so many little startup companies trying to like make their quick cash. Why, man, AI ain't that bad? AI is actually horrible. I have not had a good experience with AI yet. And this is coming from somebody who works with it on a daily basis, because I have to. I also now live with it because of the stupid Google Gemini update that they just did. Let's see. Okay, I don't want to turn up the heat too much, but I'll say once people saw him side with Matt Workman about it, that really set people off, and all the replies from people, etc., etc. Interesting. Who's Matt Workman? I also don't know who that is. Let's find out who that is. I'm all about drama. I love learning about it. I'm not going to be a part of it, but I'll learn about it. Oh, this guy. I remember. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Huh. AI shill. Yeah, I've seen his stuff. I remember him. But, you know, again, what other content creators do is up to them. However they want to run their stuff, that's how they're going to run their stuff. I'm not there for it. So, man, that was so much better. Okay, cool. That worked out way better. We can just ignore my shitty topology that I did at the beginning of this video. We're going to pretend that that didn't happen and it doesn't exist. Drama does nothing but good notice. Yeah, I mean, totally fair. Like, it's kind of the #1 rule on social media is if you want to get noticed and get attention, you know, cause some drama or be a part of it. And, you know, like I'll do stuff like that every once in a while where I'll make fun of Blender and piss off the Blender community and get them to just like bring comments and shit, because that's great. It's good exposure, but at the same time, like drama like that, I stay away from because I'm like, I'm not interested in that at all. So, AI is terrible at creativity, but it's not bad at data synthesis and pattern recognition. In some cases, I can tell you from the experiments and stuff that I've done personally through like work and stuff, we had a really hard time getting it to actually give viable data that it didn't hallucinate. Because it's real bad about hallucinating, especially if you don't give it a large data set. And then sometimes even if you do give it a large data set, it's still going to make shit up. So, I don't know. It was pushed too quickly. It was seen as the next golden goose. It was supposed to be the next cloud thing, right? Like it was supposed to be the savior of big tech and whatever, and it was pushed so fast and so like quickly that they didn't think about the damage that it was going to cause, on top of the fact that they didn't think about the fact that eventually people were going to get pissed off. And we've reached that point now where people are getting very pissed off. That's super, super evident if you watch the trailer for Deeper Than the Grave. So if you watch the trailer for Deeper from the Grave, first thing is you'll watch the first 30 seconds of it and realize it's all AI generated, which is terrible. Second, if you look at the comments, they are decimating that movie before it even has a chance. Which is honestly kind of sad, because like the movie does look like it could be decent, but you can tell there's a very clear difference in what was actually filmed and what was AI generated. And the fact that they think they're going to get away with that is crazy, because the public doesn't want it. So, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Let's see. AI is irritating when it gets confusing what's real or fake, and what's part even pissed me off. Yeah, that's fair. I just can't see the long-term feasibility of majorly of AI companies. Google, Microsoft can throw shitloads at them, and the amount of raw power required for the result can maintain, especially generative AI. Assistive isn't terrible. Efficiency workflows. Yeah, no, like, I mean, I think that's the big thing, right? Like, there are certain instances where AI can be super helpful. When it comes to, and I've talked about this before on this channel, the new tool that Autodesk is including with Maya 2027, it's like Clippy for Maya, but it's, you know, good. It has a data set that it can actually pull off of. So the fact that you can pull up a chatbot and just be like, hey, what's this tool that I need to do this? And it can give you that information. Like, granted, I haven't played with it yet, so I don't really know how it is yet. But apparently that's kind of what the goal was there, is just like an assistant to kind of help you find things, which is awesome. On top of that, if you guys watch Corridor Digital, the green screen thing that they just did, they call it Corridor Key. That's fantastic. That saves so much time, because if you guys have ever had to key something out of a green screen, it's a pain in the ass. And then on top of that, like, if you watch my content, my subtitles are generally AI generated, because DaVinci has a local model built into it that allows it to listen to my audio and generate the subtitles. So some of those tools can be really helpful, but I don't need it to create for me. I don't want it to create for me. And that's what Silicon Valley's pushing, and it's miserable. Sorry for the asset. No, you're good. Do you remember the Makas ad from Denmark? I don't think I ever saw it. We're seeing it pop, real-time data center projects getting canceled. Yeah, it's popping. It's falling apart. Flow topology, tried it? Flow topology. I have not. Assistive results, great. Generated content, rather not. Yeah. Cloud retopology tool. Flow retopology. Interesting. No, I haven't seen flow retopology. Oh, McDonald's, the burger. Oh, I did see that one. Yeah, that got decimated. Yeah, they were pissed about that. I forget that you guys call it Macas or Macas. I should know that, because I've known throughout my entire streaming career, I've known a lot of people from Australia, surprisingly. Sorry, no, you're good. You're good. I have to remember sometimes that I'm like, wait a minute. I was thinking about AI doing okay at following hard and fast procedure and stuff like that, but enough through the logic of code, it seems to do well enough. It depends, right? It also really depends on like who built the model. I can tell you that Google Gemini sucks ass. That has got to be the worst thing. Like if they were like betting on Gemini being like the next best thing for home automation, I'm about ready to throw these things out the window. Because, like, what did I ask yesterday? I asked it what the weather was the other day. And it referred to wind as winds. So, like, it can't even, like, properly spell shit, let alone, like, actually figure out how to turn a device off. So, I don't know. AI to me has just been completely overhyped, infuriating garbage. But you have everyone and their mother who's, like, a, you know, like, self-help guru or whatever trying to blow it out of the water and make it more popular than it actually is, and it is where it is right now. It's all the tech bros. Blame the tech bros. Nana Banana Pro is scary until it gave an archviz to replenish itself. Yeah. That's the other thing too. I'm like, here's the deal. Like, I already hate subscriptions. I don't pay subscription. The only subscription I pay for is Maya. But I pay for that on a yearly basis, so it's almost like I don't pay for a subscription of it. I fucking hate subscriptions. So to be told that, hey, you can create with this AI tool if you buy tokens per month, that's an instant no for me. I'm not going to do it. I refuse. ChatGPT answers quick questions better than Gemini. Yeah, that's fair. Gemini only like to talk. Yes, it does. Yeah, I can't spell. I've never seen that before. So, yeah, no, literally, like the other day, like me and my wife asked it what the weather was, and it said 25-mile-per-hour winds. And I had to look at the screen to see what it was trying to say, and it was literally trying to say wind or winds. Hey, man, I love your works, but have you done any character modeling? How do you simplify paint weight? I have not. I don't really do character stuff. If you want somebody who does do character stuff, there's Jared Chavez, there is Abliel, there is there's another one that I always forget, Animark 3D. I am just not a character guy. Don't know why, it just never seemed really interesting to me. Trying to figure out how to do this without like making this look like crap. I think that might be the way. Closer. Want that to not collapse as much. Yeah, there we go. That's better. And then that just needs to kind of pull up a little bit. Okay. Sweet. Let's see. I got a lot of people with zero interest in creative industries, and I think people shit out 3D models that are like, oh yeah, bro, it's gonna explode, brother, do some research. Yeah, that's fair. There's a lot of people. I think one of the things that kind of sucks about social media is like you're gonna get a lot of people who pretend to be at a higher level than they actually are, which is something that I try really hard not to do. Like I show people like where I suck and where I don't suck. But I do see a lot of people that are like, nah, I know all this stuff. I can teach you by my course. And like, you find that they really don't. That's difficult. That sucks. ChatGPT annoys me. It tries to make divorce look like an exciting event. It tries to make everything look exciting. Even when it screws up, it's like, oh yeah, you're totally right. You're the best. And it's like, nah, man. Keeping those edge flows important, kind of. A little bit. Let's see. Because I'm starting game design and I'm learning character rigging. Oh, I see character rigging. I find it fun to add bones and stuff and weight painting. So, if you're not using Maya 2027, because it does come with Maya 2027, you can download a plugin called NG Skin Tools, and it makes weight painting a lot easier. That is another one of the plugins that I use. I think, do I have it installed currently? I don't know if I installed it on this one. No, I didn't install it on this one. But, yeah, NG Skin Tools. It comes in Maya by default now. But this tool itself is, like, super good at doing weight painting and stuff. Lets you build layers and all sorts of cool things. It's pretty standardized too, so you'll find it in a lot of places. Check that out. NG was bought by Autodesk. Yeah, I don't know if it was bought by Autodesk. I know they partnered with them. Oh, did they buy it? Oh, they did buy it. All right, never mind. You're right. I thought that was a partnership. That's kind of a... Oh, well. I'm sure he made a good payday out of that. But yes, so that comes with Maya 2027 now. Do you mind showing the reference you're modeling right now? There is no reference. This is just kind of... Here, well, I'll show you the refrigerator that I'm trying to model right now. This is what we're kind of working with right now. So, yeah, there's only a little bit of reference. I'm kind of freehanding here. Autodesk and partnerships, that's a thing. They just buy them. Yeah. I don't know if they really partner with anybody. I know they did partner with... Initially, they partnered with Bifrost before they bought it. They buy everything. Yeah, they do. Some things they buy are good. Some things they buy are not great. Half these people are paid off just trying to promote something for somebody else at this point. Yep, that's very true. I can agree with that. I try really hard not to look like that. Like, don't get me wrong, I will take sponsorships and stuff, but I'm very careful about, like, what sponsorships I do because I don't want to look like I'm just, like, in it for the money, because I'm not. I do value teaching people. I just closed my concept. Where'd it go? There it is. Yeah, it's about right. But, you know, everything's a rat race now. Like, everyone's trying to make their quick buck. It's just the way the world is, unfortunately. The world needs more people like Markiplier. Same with Adobe and Maxon. Yeah, Adobe kills me. Maxon also kind of pisses me off a little bit. Just partnerships basically just a prelude to their purchase. Yeah, basically. Main thing I don't like about LLM AIs is that how psychophantic they are. They tell you that they want to hear you. Yeah, I mean their whole thing is to keep you addicted to the system and using them. Like that's the big problem. That's why people need to be careful. Like a lot of people are like, "Oh, I give ChatGPT all my personal information, and everything." I'm like, "Don't do that, please." Like, for the love of God, do not do that. Let's just do, hold on. Okay. Let's try to smooth that a little bit. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Not bad. I miss Pixelogic though. Do you miss it because of the perpetual? Yeah, that's why I miss it. I only like ZBrush from Maxon. They're good people. That's fair. Yeah. And that's the other thing to remember too, is like a lot of these softwares, like they're just acquired by companies, but the people who make the software aren't the evil company behind it. So, all the same, but different. Yeah, software as a service sucks. Like, honestly, if I liked Blender, I would probably just use Blender, but I just don't like Blender. So I stick with what I know. What did I do differently? Oh, okay. Just soften that a little bit. Okay. As far as the text on the fridge, I'll figure that out later, probably. Let's see. Adobe, forgive me for saying it, are the best of the bunch for the 3D world simply because they allow perpetual licenses still for Substance, whereas the other subscription paywall or killed it. So here's something interesting about that one, right? So that's the reason that they allow that is because it was a previously made agreement. I am sure that has an expiration date. I can promise you that at some point there is going to be an expiration date on that. Whenever it does come, who knows? I personally, like, when I need to upgrade, I always buy it off of Steam. But, yeah, I don't trust that that's going to be around forever. That was kind of a pre-existing agreement that the Substance team had for their product development, and I don't know how long it'll be until Adobe tries to get rid of it. Who gives AI their personal info? That's just stupid. It's like giving your personal... Yeah, well, people think that it's your friend. Its job is to convince you that it's your friend, so they do that. Yeah, there's a contract keeping it alive. 100%. Adobe would have gotten rid of that if it wasn't the case. Because it's Adobe. Like, that's just what they do. That is who they are. Okay. When Substance dies, Marmoset comes in with my workflow. I like Marmoset. I haven't really used their texturing tool at all. I should probably play with it someday. I don't know. I like Substance. It just works well. But I could agree with that. I always try to find alternatives. Like, I don't use Photoshop anymore. I gave up on that a long time ago. Because that's how I make all my thumbnails and stuff. Worst comes to worst, 3D code. Yeah, there's 3D code too. That's true. I always forget about that one. Affinity for days, especially for ORM maps. I love Affinity. I've been using Affinity now for almost 4 years, and it's just my absolute favorite. Affinity, DaVinci Resolve, all of the above. Just some of the best tools that you can get for free. And, you know, Affinity used to cost money, right? Like, the free thing is a Canva thing, and while I don't necessarily trust that that's going to remain either, I will use it until I need to go back to one of my perpetual copies that I have. Because I bought Affinity twice. So, like, I always have a license even if they decide to screw people over, which is really nice. I'm quite happy about that. There's a lot of people who refuse to use Affinity, though, and it's kind of funny because I'm like, you really would rather use Photoshop. That's crazy to me. Canva's a big company, but also plays with my national pride. That's right, they're Australian, aren't they? What do you use for tone mapping function, linear or ACES? I use ACES. Let's see. Affinity is lacking. I tried it for a week, although I'm not seasoned in photo editing. I don't know, it's not lacking at all, at least for what I do. Like, I don't know, I have a photographer friend who uses it for everything. And then on top of that, if you're like a photo editor kind of thing, DaVinci just released a package to compete with Adobe, what is it? What do they use for photo editing? What the hell's the name of that one? Whatever their photo editing software is. I bought a perpetual license for V2 as well. Yeah, I'm holding on to that for a long time. Rest in peace to the photography plan. Did they get rid of the photography plan? That's crazy. Worst comes to worst, Krita. Krita's, I like Krita for drawing. Like, I've done drawing in Krita. I don't know if I'd use it for photo editing, though. Let's see. I want a one-to-one Photoshop and Illustrator replacement. Yeah, I mean, that'll probably never happen one-to-one anyway, but fair. Maximum released Autograph to compete with After Effects and Nuke, but like After Effects and C4D Lite built in right. No? Does it? I don't think it does. Maybe it does. I don't know. I never learned After Effects. I learned Nuke, but I honestly use Fusion now. Do you have the Maya Indie or the full license? I prefer. Oh no, I use Indie. I always tell people to use Indie. Like, there's no reason to buy the Pro version, unless you're making $100,000 a year. Don't buy it. There's like absolutely no reason to do that. Because it's kind of funny. Like, the reason I found out about Indie, because you know they don't advertise it at all. I was looking to replace Maya because I was using Maya 2014. In like 2021 to do stuff, and I was just so tired of like having issues with it. On top of that, I was talking with a where I worked at the time. We had a 3D artist who worked with us, and he was just like, "Oh yeah, you should learn about these things in Maya." I'm like, "What the hell is that?" He was talking about Arnold, and I didn't even have Arnold. I had Mental Race still. And so I started looking into it. I'm like, I need something that's going to replace Maya because I can't afford this. And that's how I accidentally found Maya Indie. Because like it just was not advertised, but I swear by it now. Only used After Effects for Roto Brush. Nuke shits on AE. I don't care, it's clunky but better. No, it's for sure better. There's a reason that one's industry standard. But I refuse to pay that much for a piece of software. Nuke is so expensive. Even their indie one is like, are you serious? Is that like about right size? Tempted to add like a little bit of detail to that. I don't know if this is gonna do anything. Let's see what this does. I just want like a little bit of extra detail there. Let's see how. Nah, far away that looks fine. I don't really. Let's see. Just kind of give it a little bit of form. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, no, it's not. I don't like that. Oh, I see what happened. Yeah. No, it's fine. I don't need that. I can texture that detail in. It's really not a big deal. I don't need to model that in. Prefer it that way. I'll just add that with texturing. If it even needs it. It probably doesn't need it if we're being totally honest. But there we go. Nice little refrigerator, I guess. Okay, missed a whole bunch of stuff. Let's see. I have a student plan because I am one, and I barely anyone but me knew it. They have a non-commercial version for free. Do they? Yeah. See, that's the issue, though, is because I do social media, I'm technically considered commercial because I make money off of what I do. So that's where my issue is. Like I could of course learn it offline and just not make content about it, but it depends on if I really want to do that. I've got Fusion, so UI became modern in 2016, I suppose, if you had bought that. When did I have Nuke? I had Nuke in like 2014. 2014 and 2015 because it was part of school, which is the way to go. Getting people behind a paywall just encourages open source or non-industry methods for beginners. Half the reason why students learn with Blender before Maya. Autodesk are relied on the whole college or bust route, but Indie's a good thing for seasoned Maya users. No, Indie is super good, yeah. And honestly, like independent development, I'm really happy to see it like gaining as much traction as it is because it needs to be there. Foundry, not Autodesk. They're all kind of terrible. Can't you like save a snapshot going back instead of a bunch of Control-Z? No, I totally could have, but I'm just lazy. Just lazy. Do I want to do the text on top of the fridge? Not really. But I do want to do that little cut. Question is how do I want to do that little cut? Just clean that a little bit. Cool. I'm asking, how do you do that? Oh, I see what you're saying. You'd go through your history, and so you could just like, so you can just go through here and delete certain aspects of it. So if you want to just do that, you can, I deleted the object, but I think if you, let's see. Yeah, so you can remove the selected depending on where you are in your history. It gets a little murky. Like history is cool, but sometimes I don't really use it all that much. But that's how you'd want to do that instead of Control-Zing all over the place. Let's see. So suppose someone streams Maya on an educational plan, they can audit you. They could, yeah, technically. If they wanted to, it just depends. I don't personally think that they're going to, if I'm being totally honest. I just know I don't want to chance it, but I know plenty of people who either use pirated versions or they stream educational products. But yes, if Autodesk really wanted to like ruin their image entirely, like they could totally go after like streamers and stuff, but I don't think they'll do that. That's even Adobe doesn't stoop that low. I don't think Autodesk would do that. All right. Well, we've done a bit tonight. I can't say we did a lot, but we had a lot of good conversations, and I appreciate that. Always love good conversations. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. They more audit businesses, higher playing clients, auditing individuals. Just wait. Yeah, it is. Well, and plus on top of that, you have to do like small claims court, and like that's not worth anything to them. It's just like some of the sponsorships they do. Like the sponsorship I did, like they know it's going to be a loss because the reality is like getting people to pay $5,000 to buy a piece of software is hard. I told them, I'm like, let me advertise Maya Indie for you. I'll get people to sign up for that one. Give me a discount code for that one. But, you know, it is what it is. But all right, everybody, it has been a wonderful 2 hours. I'm going to go ahead and probably end stream here. Let me see. Hold on a second. 1 second here. All right, cool. We're going to raid Dead Sun tonight because he's live. Let's see. All right. I know of an instance that a studio got audited, and a buddy that no longer worked there had a license. Ooh, dang. That's cool that he still had a license. It's a bummer he probably lost it. But all right, everybody, thanks for hanging out. I know this was a little bit of a different stream just because I'm not working on the tank, but I'll be working on the tank tomorrow night when I go live. So yeah, so plan on that for tomorrow night. This is going to continue to be my offline project at this point. But yeah, so I will see you guys tomorrow. I was going to say there goes a few hundred. Yeah, that's unfortunate, really. But all right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out tonight. I really do appreciate it. Twitch, hang around. We're gonna raid. We're gonna raid somebody really cool if you guys are interested in Unreal Engine stuff. So that should be fun. But everyone on YouTube, this is where I say goodnight. So goodbye to you guys, and thank you for hanging out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And then Twitch, let's go ahead and raid. So let's see. We're gonna raid Dead Sun Prime.